What's up, YouTube? It's me again, and I'm back with you with another banger, baby. And yes, we are here. World War III is in full effect. We only waiting on China to go after Taiwan at this moment. It seems like everybody is going head to toe for sure. It's real out here. So we have Trump giving us an update on this whole Iran, war going on with U.S. and Israel clicked up going out against Iran. But Iran, just off the updates, it's seeming like they want smoke with everybody. They didn't launch at the UK. They didn't launch at Dubai, Saudi Arabia. They want all the smoke, and I'm like, damn. They actually might have a decent military. Like, that's what I at least can say that. But we do have an update. Trump is speaking on the update of this battle going on. Battle war. I mean, he said it's going to take about 4 weeks in. I don't know. Y'all know how the U.S. is. Once we get somewhere, once we land somewhere, we going to be there. As of now, no boots on ground. Thank God. Shout out to all my veterans and active duty soldiers serving. But let's get to this.
Before we begin this important ceremony, and there's no ceremony that can be much more important than this, let me provide a brief update on Operation Epic Fury. Today, the United States military continues
the way
to
he
carry
says
out
it, I'm
large-scale
sorry.
combat operations in Iran to eliminate the grave threats posed to America by this terrible terrorist regime. Following our obliteration of Iran's nuclear program in Operation Midnight Hammer a short while ago, we warned Iran not to make any attempt to rebuild at a different location because they were unable to use the ones that we so powerfully blew up. But they ignored those warnings and refused to cease their pursuit of nuclear weapons. In addition, the regime's conventional ballistic missile program was growing rapidly and dramatically, and this posed a very clear, colossal threat to America and our forces stationed overseas. The regime already had missiles capable of hitting Europe and our bases, both local and overseas, and would soon have had missiles capable of reaching our beautiful America. The purpose of this fast-growing missile program was to shield their nuclear weapon development and make it extraordinarily difficult for anyone to stop them from making these highly forbidden by us nuclear weapons. We were the ones that were complaining.
We heard that before. I'm going to leave it at that.
Everybody was behind us. They just didn't have the courage to say so. An Iranian regime armed with long-range missiles and nuclear weapons would be an intolerable threat to the Middle East, but also to the American people. Our country itself would be under threat, and it was very nearly under threat. I was very proud to have knocked out the Iran nuclear deal by President Barack Hussein Obama. That was a horrible, horrible, dangerous document. They would have had nuclear weapons 3 years ago, and they would have used them. But I'll not let that happen.
I think if they did, they would have used them.
For almost 47 years, this regime has been attacking the United States and killing Americans. Every time you see someone with missing arms and legs or a face that's been absolutely shattered violently, it was almost certainly caused by an Iran roadside bomb. They were put there by General Soleimani, who was the father of the roadside bomb. Very proudly, he thought, but I terminated him in my first term.
In the first 12 hours.
Our best chance to strike what we're doing right now and eliminate the intolerable threats posed by this sick and sinister regime. And they are indeed sick and sinister. Our objectives are clear. First, we're destroying Iran's missile capabilities, and you see that happening on an hourly basis, and their capacity to produce brand new ones, and pretty good ones they make. Second, we're annihilating their navy. We've knocked out already 10 ships. They're at the bottom of the sea. Third, we're ensuring that the world's #1 sponsor of terror can never
He
obtain
has
a
no
nuclear
chill.
weapon. Never going to have a nuclear weapon. I said that from the beginning. They're never going to have a nuclear weapon. They were on the road to getting one legitimately through a deal that was signed foolishly by our country. And finally, we're ensuring that the Iranian regime cannot continue to arm, fund, and direct terrorist armies outside of their borders. And we thought we had a deal, but then they backed out. And they came back, and we thought we had a deal, and they backed out. I said, you can't deal with these people. You got to do it the right way. Today, we grieve for the 4 heroic American service members who have been killed in action.
Rest in peace to them.
And send our love and support to their families. In their memory, we continue this mission with ferocious, unyielding resolve to crush the threat this terrorist regime poses to the American people, and a threat indeed it is. We have the strongest and most powerful by far military in the world, and we will easily
I believe that.
We're already substantially ahead of our time projections, but whatever the time is, it's okay. Whatever it takes, we will always, and we have right from the beginning, we projected 4 to 5 weeks, but we have capability to go far longer than that. We'll do it. Whatever somebody said today, they said, oh, well.
Just don't put boots on ground. I don't want them over there. At least on ground. You get what I'm trying to say.
With that, Pete? I don't think there's anything, Mr. General. I think there's nothing boring about it. Somebody actually said from the media, I think you'll get bored after about a week or two. No, we don't get bored. I never get bored. If I got bored, I wouldn't be standing here right now. I guarantee you that. To go through what I had to go through. We also projected 4 weeks to terminate the military leadership, and as you know, that was done in about an hour, so we're ahead of schedule there by a lot. But please join me in thanking every American service member.
I do want to say that for them to drop 900 strikes in 12 hours, that is some crazy. I'm not good with math. I'm not. Let's do something. Let's do something, Mav. Let's try to do something. Let's write 900. What? That's about one missile every minute and 15 seconds, every minute and a half. That's crazy. So every time a minute and a half goes by, a missile is going. And to take out their leader within the first 12 hours, yeah, they did they research and they did they recon on them boys. This is not something they just thought of overnight. And if you were seeing over the past weeks of what was going on, they started creeping the ships over there slowly. You like, hey, why are they doing all this build up over here? And you start to see it's slowly been going and building up. And then you be like, all right, half of the U.S. Navy is in the Middle East, and over 100 air planes and jets and 10 carriers. And you like, the signs were written on the wall for sure. And they did that. I'm not sure if Iran is doing it by themselves or if they got backup. I don't know, but if this goes on longer than 5 weeks, then wow, like, you know, who knows what's going to happen? Like, nobody knows what the future is going to hold, and if this is going to, you know, come out to our shores. You know, there is a shooting that happened in Austin recently, and I'm going to do a video on that too. But they calling it sleeper cells. I don't want to get into the propaganda and the fear mongering, because regardless of if they're sleeper cells, you still got to watch out for people in general, American or not. Like, you should always be strapped everywhere you go, and that's just how you have to be. Just be vigilant, just be aware of your surroundings, be aware of the time you are out spending, because y'all know between 12 o'clock and 4 o'clock there is nothing good happening. The only things open is jails, hospital, and legs. Those are the only things open. And you know, those are the time where people the dark energy start flowing in people from alcohol or when they ready to terrorize. So be careful out there. This could affect us over here, but just in a different form, not missiles raining over us and stuff like that. But they said that they did this operation in the daytime, which will throw everybody off, right? Because they usually do all these operations at night. But wow, they did something that was very thought out and very planned. And you have to understand, y'all, the U.S. is built off of war and battle. The USA has been in war and battle since the day it started. I forgot when, 1776 if I'm correct. I could be wrong, but the U.S. has been brought up our blood, sweat, and tears battle. It's always been proven. Like, we go through times of peace and war like every 25 years. So I'm not surprised that we in another one. We've been playing the world police. We just been in all types of conflict. I don't foresee us just going on this straight utopia that people want to happen. And I think it's just human nature, not U.S. nature. Human nature, we're going to always be in conflict. From having different beliefs to having different religions to having different way we do things to our skin color to what we eat, we always going to be in some type of conflict. So I'm not surprised, and this is not going to be the first and it's not going to be the last. So y'all buckle up, bucko, and just be safe out here. Everyone all over the world, prayers to everyone out there. But thank y'all for watching. Give me your thoughts on this matter. What is the real reason this is happening, and why are they, going full-fledged on it? They want to wipe them out off the map completely, and that's what's going to happen. But hey, thank y'all for sticking around. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll get back to you in the next one. Peace.